Hey class, welcome to exercise 21A, the gradient of a straight line, the first exercise in our graphs and relations module. So a straight line can connect any 2 points. So if you draw 2 dots on a page, you can draw a straight line to connect them, and that'll be the shortest distance between those 2 points. Okay, the slope or the gradient of that line will tell you the rate at which y, so your vertical variable or your vertical distance, changes every time you increase your x or your horizontal variable by 1. Okay, slopes which increase from left to right have a positive gradient, or if they decrease going from the left to the right, they have a negative gradient. Flat lines, so straight across the page on the horizontal, have a 0 gradient because your y or your vertical is not changing with x. And vertical lines, lines that go straight up and down the page, have an undefined gradient. Okay, for a flat line gradient, you will usually have an equation of y equals c, and for vertical lines, you'll have x equals some other number, b, okay, where b and c are constants, but we'll come back to that later. All right, let's try it in an example. Okay, to find the slope of a line, okay, the slope or the gradient m is given by the rise over run, or y2 take y1 over x2 take x1. So let's give that a go in an example. We're going to find the slope of a line passing through the points 0, 17 and 3, 11. Now hopefully we remember back, the x variable is always given first. Okay, so I've got an x here and a y here, and I've got an x here and a y here. Now it does not matter which point you label 1 or 2, okay, just as long as they go together. I tend to work across the page, but you will get the same answer if you swap them. So don't overthink that, okay? We'll now substitute into the formula provided, okay? So to calculate our rise or our distance between the y variables, all we need to do is subtract one from y2, okay? So what that will look like is 11 take 17. We run that as a fraction, okay, where we subtract x1 from x2, so 3 take 0. We can then simplify. 11 take 17 is -6. Be careful with your negatives. Of course, you can put this whole fraction in your calculator and it will do it for you. But if you choose to do this by hand, just be very careful of your negatives, okay? And then 3 take away 0 is still 3. Okay, so this particular line would have a gradient of -2. What that means is that every time I move across my x-axis to the right by 1, okay, the y point will drop down too every time, so it's decreasing, okay? Negative gradient, your line will look like this, okay? It will go down the page from left to right. And that's all there is really to it, guys. Nice short lesson for you all today. As always, good luck with the work. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll speak to you all very soon.